glad you guys are with us again. I'm with my boy John. He's also my certified trainer, Paul Check certified, all types of stuff going on over here. And we wanted to reach out to you and really this feeling of desperation almost. You know, I'm kind of embarrassed to open up to you like this.
This is a very, very personal topic, but we feel like we should share it with you. You're just like us. We know you are. We're normal guys just like you.
Yeah, absolutely. And women too. I mean, if you're experiencing this as well, maybe some of these tips can be useful for you dealing with this. You know, the 4-hour body challenge, one of the things in the book was the slow carb diet, right?
Absolutely.
And the slow carb diet is basically based around the fact of eating a lot of beans, you know, with your protein and everything else. Well, with the side effect of eating beans, that's what we want to talk to you about today. So when you eat a lot of beans, natural things are going to occur. You know, John, explain to them kind of what happens in your intestinal tract when these beans are sitting there.
Absolutely, Drew. Okay, I do love beans. I love the way they taste. I love the texture. I love cooking with them. If you don't chew them all the way, there is something that will eat them inside of you. Okay, when they reach your intestines, we have those bacteria that we've spoken about in our other videos. Okay, those bacteria love to eat those beans. But when they eat those beans, they in turn produce something else. We're going to call it CH4. And that is methane. Okay, and if you don't know what methane is, it smells pretty bad. Okay, and that's all fermenting down in here when we don't chew properly up here.
So basically a lot of gas.
So a lot of gas from the diet that we're talking about and the diet that we're using right now. I'm sure you can relate.
So if you experienced a lot of gas from the 4-hour body, just tell us. You know, leave a comment below. Let us know the amount of gas you've been, you know, feeling. I know personally for me, it's been nonstop. I mean, this is something to where my girlfriend literally, she's like, let me know if you're gonna have a night that's real gassy. She's like, I'm gonna stay home. Because it's like dropping a bomb.
You know what?
Right.
I'm glad I was home alone last night watching a movie because no one could be around me. I could barely stand myself. My entire apartment was just awful. I had to open a window.
And this is, you know, kind of like, it's funny in a way, guys, but it's also crippling, you know, to really have this gas. So there's alternatives to this. And I completely understand where she's coming from. You know, she says, can't you just warn me a little bit? So we've worked on hand motions. That didn't work out too well because sometimes it's like the movie Backdraft. You know, if you're not farther away from the gas, then you'll get sucked back into it and then it just swarms around you. So there's other tips. And now we're doing the countdown, which seems to work real well. So you can implement this in your own life. It's 3, 2, and she knows. So if she's not up by 2, then you know it's coming. So she'll just move away, or we'll separate and we'll go in 2 different rooms. That seems to work. And guys, this is just common courtesy, okay? I work in a very, very busy gym. I know what's going on. I try and be as courteous as possible to people, even if my stomach hurts. Okay? Until I make it somewhere that's appropriate. All right? I don't have the luxury of counting down for all of my clients. But I do want to go on dates. I want to have a good time. I want to eat healthy first, though. I want to be healthy here. Okay? So, Drew, what are some little techniques that you've used to avoid anyone noticing this? You know, it's real hard for me, and I'll just be open and honest with you and the people that are watching this right now. You know, I really didn't think I smelled that bad. You know, I was one of those guys that's like, you know, I don't smell bad, but that's a lie that we tell ourselves because it's brutal. You know, and she told me how bad it was. And she really described in vivid detail what it does to her and the other people that are in my life. And now I know. So now I have the courtesy. Now I can walk away, I can get away. I've actually researched some supplements that I can take with the beans. Like what? Beano was one of them. Beano is one of them. Yeah. If you want to enjoy your beans and eat them too, you got to take Beano. So Beano works. What else would be like? What is it like? Gas X? Yeah, Gas X. I'm pretty sure they're like the same thing. But guys, I mean, probably the best thing to do is walk 20 feet away.
And please don't crop dust. If you don't know what crop dusting is, that's letting one rip and then walking around for everyone to smell.
Yeah,
all
that's
right,
the
guys?
worst.
I mean,
And we know it's you.
Yeah.
You got a smile on your face right now.
We do
I
know.
know you've crop dusted before.
I've seen people do it at the clubs. I've smelt it everywhere. The subway. That stuff ferments, guys. It's not pretty. We know.
We know what you're doing. It sits in the air, and while it's sitting in the air, it rounds up more of its friends. They're like little fighter jet pilots coming at your nostrils. So just be courteous.
Be courteous. Okay, so I want to tell you a couple tips, some stuff you can do. Drew mentioned counting down from 3. You can leave the room, you can go to the bathroom, you can quietly excuse yourself. One trick that I use with some of my ex-girlfriends is, oh, sorry baby, I'm going to go pet the dog. She said, okay, yeah, fine, you're such an animal lover, what a gentleman. Okay, I go outside, do my thing, come back, no problems.
All right, so petting the dog works.
Okay.
What else do we got?
Well,
I think calling a friend, I have to take a business call. That's something that you could do as well. Just excuse me for a second. You could always go to the bathroom. And then if she asks what's going on, just be, if it's your first date, you might not want to bring it out that early that you have all this chronic gas happening in your life. But if it's not, just be open and authentic. Say, I'm dealing with some issues, my stomach, with your girl that you've been dating for a while. Luckily, mine has been very receptive and open to the 3, 2, 1. To the honey, I'm going to go pet your dog. All of these different types of maneuvers and tactics that you can implement for getting out of that gas zone.
All right, guys, another golden trick. Go to the bathroom, turn on the sink. I'm sure you've seen the girls do it. It's fine. You don't want to hear the sound of the tinkle, but also you don't want to hear that rip, okay? Okay, and if there's any air pressure in there, be sure to use it. A match, light that thing real quick. We are golden.
Yeah.
I want to talk to you guys a little bit about a Dutch oven also. It's a very mean thing to do, and this can happen a lot, whether you mean it or not, with your loved one, okay?
And it's funny. A lot of people think it's funny, but your girl probably doesn't.
Yeah.
She may laugh on the inside, but on the outside, but on the inside, she is crying.
She's cringing. All that is fermenting inside your stomach and in your intestines.
Yeah.
So
She's throwing up on the inside.
Yeah.
So we need to control that.
Okay.
So the more that we control it, obviously, the better it's going to be. Dutch oven, I used to do that because to all my girlfriends, I thought it was funny. But now the older that I get looking back on it, it's not cool.
It's just disgusting, Drew.
It is disgusting.
Okay.
So let's make a vow, you guys, in 2011, if you're with us, to be a little bit more courteous towards our girls.
Let's be courteous. Let's stick to the slow carb diet and all of its benefits. But please, if it's not working out for you, and you know what we're talking about by now, please try something like Gas X or Beano. It's going to make the world a better place for all of us.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us today, you guys. Talk to you soon.
Five tips, brains and brains. 5